sovereign great above all other gods.
The depths of the earth are in your hand.
And the mountain peaks are yours.
The sea is yours, for you made it.
The dry land is the work of your hands.
Come, let us bow down in worship.
Let us bend the knee before our Maker.
You are God and our shepherd.
We are your people and your flock.
Today the world would be redeemed.
If only we would listen to your voice.
So remember that line, if only we would listen to your voice, because it's going to come up again later. Right, now we're on Psalm 96. Shiru l'Adonai, shiru shechadash, shiru l'Adonai, kol haaretz, shiru l'Adonai, baruch hu shemo, basru miyom leyom, Yeshuato. Declare God's glory among the nations. For great is the Eternal One, and greatly to be praised. For all of them are mere idols. Honour and majesty are in God's presence. Acclaim the Eternal One, all races and peoples. Worship the Eternal One in the beauty of holiness. Declare among the nations, God reigns, the world stands firm. Let the heavens be glad and the earth rejoice. Let the field exult and all that is in it. To rule the world with righteousness. So we're on page 73 for L'Chadodi. And I'm going to sing. L'Chadodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat nekabala. Again. L'Chadodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat nekabala. Shamo v'zacho b'diborecha tishmianu el hamyuchad Adonai echad u'shmo echad l'shem u'tiferet v'letchila l'chadodi likrat kala p'nei Shabbat nekabala. Likrat Shabbat lechuvan elcha ki mekor habaracha merosh mikedem nasucha sof maaseh b'machshavat achila l'chadodi likrat kala p'nei Shabbat nekabala. Hitorori, kiva orech, kumi ori, shitaberi kavod Adonai, alayich nikla, l'chadodi likrat kala, p'nei Shabbat nekabala. Boi v'shalom ateret balagam b'simcha u'v'tzocholato emunei am segula boi chala l'chadodi likrat kala p'nei Shabbat nekabala. So we're turning to page 92. And you may stand. We're halfway down the page. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. Please sit down. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bidvaro ma'ariv aravim, v'chochma potech sha'arim, uvitvuna mashaneh itim, umachalif et hazmanim, umesadeh et hakochavim, b'mishmorotechem b'rkei kirtzono. Borei yom v'layla, golel or mipnei choshech, v'choshech mipnei or, uma'avir yom umevi layla, umavdil ben yom uven layla, Adonai tzavaot shemo, Baruch atah Adonai, hama'ariv aravim. Ahavat olam, Beit Yisrael, Amcha ahavta, Amcha ahavta, Torah u'mitzvot, Chukim u'mishpatim, Otanu limatata, Al kein Adonai Eloheinu b'shachbeinu, Kumeinu nasiach b'chukecha, V'nismach b'divrei Toratacha, Uv'mitzvotecha le'olam va'ed, Ki hem chayenu, Ve'orech yameinu, Uvahem negei yomam v'layla, Negei yomam v'layla, V'ahavatcha al tasur, Mimenu le'olamim, Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev amo Yisrael, Ohev amo Yisrael. Page 94, please stand for the Shema. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Hear, O Israel, the Eternal One is our God, the Eternal God is one. Baruch Shem Kavod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed. V'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha, v'chol levavecha u'v'chol nafshecha u'v'chol ma'odecha. V'hayu hadvarim ha'ele, asher anochi mitzavacha hayom al levavecha. V'shinantom levanecha v'dibarato bam. V'shiftecha b'veitecha, u'v'lechtecha v'aderech, u'v'shochbecha u'v'kumecha. V'ksharatom le'ot al yadecha, v'hayu letotefot bein einecha, v'chtavtom al mezuzot beitecha, u'visharecha. Leman tizkaru, v'asitem et kol mitzvotai, v'yitem kadoshim le'elohechem, ani Adonai Elohechem, asher hotzeiti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim, liot lachem le'Elohim, ani Adonai Elohechem. Let's read together. All this we hold to be true and sure. You alone, Eternal One, are our God, and we are Israel, your people. You have freed us from oppressors and delivered us from tyrants. You led us out of Egypt, forever to serve you in freedom. When we witnessed your power, we praised your name, we gave thanks. Willingly we accepted your rule. Then full of joy we sang together, Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, Mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh, Nora tehilot osefele. Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed. And it has been said, the Eternal One has delivered Jacob and redeemed us from the hand of one stronger than ourselves. We praise you, O God, Redeemer of Israel. Grant, eternal God, that we may lie down in peace, and let us rise up to life renewed. Spread over us the shelter of your peace. Guide us with your wise counsel, and for your name's sake be our help. Shield us from sickness and war, from famine and distress, and keep us from wrongdoing. Shelter us in the shadow of your wings, for you are our guardian and deliverer, a gracious and merciful God. Guard our going out and our coming in, that now and always we may have life and peace. Baruch atah Adonai haporei sukat shalom aleinu ve'al kol yoshvei tevel. We're on page 97. Please stand for the Amidah. Is there anybody out there online? Do we know?
Yes, there are 5 people.
Oh, right. Shabbat Shalom, 5 people who are out there on Facebook. I haven't yet worked out who you are, but you're very welcome. We're on page 97. Adonai sefatai tiftach ufi tehillatech. Eternal God, open my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu v'Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, v'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, v'Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, v'Konei Hakol, v'Zocher Chasdei Avot v'Imahot, Umevi Gula Livnei V'neihem, Lama'an Shemo Ba'ahava, Melech Ozer Umashiach Umagen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham Ve'ezrat Sarah, Atah Gibor Leolam Adonai, Machaye Meitim Atah Rav Lohoshea, Mashiv HaRuach Umorid HaGeshem, Mazriach HaShemesh Umorid HaTal. Mechalkel Chayim b'chesed, Mechaye Meisim b'rachamim rabim, Somech noflim v'rofei cholim, Umatir asurim, Umakayem emunato, Lishenei afar, Michamocha ba'al gevurot, V'mito melech, Melech meimit, U'machayeh, U'matzmiach Yeshua. V'ne'eman atah l'hachayot meitim, Baruch atah Adonai, Machayeh hameitim. Kadosh atah v'nora shemecha, v'ein lanu Eloha mibal adecha, Baruch atah Adonai, Ha'el HaKadosh. Let's read this paragraph together. We thank you, O God, for this Sabbath day, which calls us to a closer communion with you. Though you are near to us at all times, you reveal your presence most clearly when we direct our thoughts towards you in worship and meditation. In you, O God, our humanity is exalted. You are our life. From you come its greatness, its power, its beauty. Establish in us, we humbly pray, a devotion to you that should be firm in all the circumstances of life. May this service renew in our hearts a sense of your presence and bring us peace. Yismachu b'malchutcha, Yismachu b'malchutcha, Shomrei Shabbat v'korei onik, Amakat Shafi'i, Amakache Shafi'i, Kolam Yisma'u, V'yitangu Metuvecha, V'hashvi'i, V'hashvi'i, Ratzita bo, V'kidashto, Chemdat Yamim, Chemdat Yamim, Oto Karata, Sefer Lama, Sefer Reshit. We're on page 100. Eloheinu v'Elohei Avoteinu, Ritzei v'mnuchatenu, Kachenu b'mitzvotecha, V'tein chelkeinu b'toratecha, Sabeinu mituvecha, V'samcheinu b'shuatecha, V'tahel libeinu, V'tahel libeinu, V'tahel libeinu, le'avdecha ba'emet, V'tahel libeinu, V'tahel libeinu, V'tahel libeinu, le'avdecha ba'emet. In your gracious love, Eternal One, let the holiness of your Sabbath enter our hearts, and may all Israel who hallow your name be exalted by its peace. We praise you, O God, for the holiness of the Sabbath. Eternal God, be gracious to your people Israel, and in your love accept their prayers. May our worship now and always be acceptable in your sight. We praise you, O God, whom alone we worship in reverence. And let's read together. We give thanks that you, Eternal One, are our God, as you were the God of our ancestors. You are the rock of our life, the power that shields us in every age. We thank and praise you for our lives, which are in your hand, for our souls, which are in your keeping, for the signs of your presence we encounter every day, and for your wondrous gifts at all times, morning, noon, and night. We praise you, God, source of goodness, to whom our thanks are due. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Ki atahu melech adon lechol hashalom. Ki atahu melech adon lechol hashalom. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha tasim leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha tasim leolam. V'tov b'einecha levarech et amcha Yisrael b'chol עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. שלום רב על ישראל עמך תשים לעולם. שלום רב על ישראל עמך תשים לעולם. תשים לעולם. Let's take some moments for silent prayer. leratzon imrefi v'hegion libi lefanecha yehayu leratzon imrefi v'hegion libi lefanecha Adonai Tzuri, Adonai Tzuri, Adonai Tzuri v'goali, Adonai Tzuri, Adonai Tzuri, Adonai Tzuri v'goali. Want to sing Oseh Shalom? Oseh Shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imru b'nei Adam, yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'al kol bnei Adam. I think I might just... I was just trying to work out who was there, but I'm still struggling. I've got no idea who's there. Anyway, I would have greeted you by name if I could find out who you are. So, I just want to say a few things about this week's portion. And when we read a psalm earlier on, I said, bear in mind that line, Im b'koli tishma'u, if only we would listen to your voice. Today the world will be redeemed, if only we would listen to your voice. And that word tishma'u, you can tell comes from shema, to listen, tishma'u, similar. So, as I know I've said before, I quite often have a look at the Torah writings of the late Lord Sachs, even though he wouldn't approve of me taking the service. But his Torah writings, he was very learned, and he's always got something interesting to say. And he's got something to say about the word Shema in relation to this week's portion, which is Akev. And we're near the end of the book of Deuteronomy, of course, because we're getting close to the end of the Torah and the new year. And Moses is addressing the people of Israel and giving them their instructions, their guidance, their commandments before they cross over into the promised land. And Moses, of course, will not be going with them. So, for the rest, I'm indebted to Jonathan Sachs. Shema. It's one of the most important words in Judaism, and also one of the least understood. Its two most famous occurrences are in last week's portion, which was the actual Shema, and in this week's, where there's a line saying, "It shall come to pass, if you surely listen to my commandments, which I'm commanding you today, to love your God and serve your God with all your heart and soul." And in the Orthodox tradition, that's the second paragraph of the Shema. There are always two paragraphs of the Shema in the Orthodox prayer book, one from last week's portion and one from this week's portion. The word Shema is fundamentally untranslatable into English, since it means so many things: to hear, to listen, to pay attention, to understand, to take in, to respond, to obey. In the book of Deuteronomy, it appears no less than 92 times. Time and again, in the last month of his life, Moses told the people, Shema, listen, heed, pay attention, hear what I'm saying, hear what God is saying, listen to what God wants from us, if only you would listen. Judaism is a religion of listening. This is one of its most original contributions to civilization. The twin foundations on which Western culture was built were ancient Greece and ancient Israel. They could not have been more different. Greece was a profoundly visual culture. Its greatest achievements had to do with the eye, with seeing. It produced some of the greatest art, sculpture, and architecture the world has ever seen. Its most characteristic events, theatrical performances and the Olympic Games, were spectacles, performances that were watched. Plato thought of knowledge as a kind of depth vision, seeing beneath the surface. This idea that knowing is seeing remains the dominant metaphor in the West even today. We speak of insight, foresight, hindsight. We shed light on an issue. When we understand something, we say, I see. Judaism offered a radical alternative. It is faith in a God we can't see, a God who can't be represented visually. The very act of making a graven image, a visual symbol, is a form of idolatry. God communicates in sounds, not sights. God speaks, commands, calls. That is why the supreme religious act is Shema. When God speaks, we listen. For the Greeks, the ideal form of knowledge involved detachment. There is the one who sees, the subject, and there is that which is seen, the object, and they belong to two different realms. A person who looks at a painting or a sculpture or a play in a theatre or the Olympic Games is not an active part of the art or the drama or the competition. They're a spectator, not a participant. Speaking and listening are not forms of detachment. They're forms of engagement. They create a relationship. We can enter into a relationship with God, even though God is infinite and we are finite, because we're linked by words. In Revelation, God speaks to us. In prayer, we speak to God. If you want to understand any relationship between husband and wife, or parent and child, or employer and employee, pay close attention to how they speak and listen to one another. The Greeks taught us the forms of knowledge that come from observing, namely science and philosophy. The first scientists and the first philosophers came from Greece, from the 6th to the 4th centuries BCE. But not everything can be understood by appearances alone. There's a story about this in the first book of Samuel. Saul, Israel's first king, looked the part. He was tall. It says in the Torah, from his shoulders, not the Torah, it's in the book of Samuel, which isn't in the Torah, it's in the Tanakh. From his shoulders and upward, he was higher than any of the people. He was the image of a king. But morally, temperamentally, he was not a leader. He was a follower. God then told his prophet Samuel to anoint another king in his place and told him it would be one of the children of Jesse. Samuel went to Jesse and was struck by the appearance of one of his sons. He thought he must be the one God meant. But God said to Samuel, "Don't be impressed by his appearance or his height, for I have rejected him. God does not see as people do. People look at the outward appearance, but God looks at the heart." Jews and Judaism taught that we can't see God, but we can hear God and God hears us. It's through the word, speaking and listening, that we can have that relationship with God as our parent, our partner, our sovereign, the one who loves us and the one whom we love. We can't demonstrate God scientifically. We can't prove God logically. These are Greek ideas. I believe, says Lord Sachs, that from a Jewish perspective, trying to prove the existence of God logically or scientifically is a mistaken enterprise. The Jewish mode is to relate to God in intimacy and love, as well as awe and reverence. And then he says an interesting example came from a Jew who for much of his life was estranged from Judaism, namely Sigmund Freud. He called psychoanalysis the speaking cure, but it's better described as the listening cure. It's based on the fact that active listening is in itself therapeutic. And it was only after the spread of psychoanalysis, especially in America, that the phrase, "I hear you," came into the English language as a way of communicating empathy. There is something profoundly spiritual about listening. It's the most effective form of conflict resolution. Many things can create conflict, but what sustains it is the feeling on the part of at least one of the parties that they have not been heard. They've not been listened to. We have not heard their pain. Listening lies at the very heart of relationship. It means that we're open to the other, that we respect them, that their perceptions and feelings matter to us. We give them permission to be honest, even if this means making ourselves vulnerable in so doing. A good parent listens to their child. A good employer listens to their workers. A good company listens to his customers or clients. A good leader listens to those they are leading. Listening does not mean agreeing, but it does mean caring. Listening is the prelude to love. Interesting, yeah? Interesting about the Greeks, especially that contrast I see and I hear. So those were my words of wisdom to share with you. And then I think we're moving on to the concluding prayers. So this will be page 520 something. $520. Yeah. So I'm going to sing a tune that you might not know, but you'll get the hang of it. Please stand. Aleinu l'shabayach l'adon hakol, l'teit gedula l'yotze bereshit, asher sam chelkeinu liached et shemo, v'gora aleinu lahamlich malchuto, v'anachnu korim umishtachavim umodim lifnei melech malchei hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu shehu noteh shamayim v'yaseh haaretz moshav yakaro b'shamayim mimahal u'shchinatu zo b'govhei meromim Hu Eloheinu ein od emet malkeinu efes ulato kakatu b'torato v'yadata hayom v'hashevota el levavecha ki Adonai hu Elohim b'shamayim mima'al V'al haaretz mitachat ein od, ein od. Let's read together. Trusting in you, eternal God, we hope soon to behold the glory of your might, when false gods will vanish from our hearts and idolatry cease forever. Help us to perfect the world by bringing it under your unchallenged rule. When all will invoke your name, relinquish evil and turn to you alone. May all who dwell on earth come to know that to you every knee must bend and every tongue swear loyalty. Before you let them humble themselves, and to your glorious name let them give honor. Let all submit to your sovereign rule. May that time come soon and last forever. For ultimate sovereignty is yours, and to all eternity you will reign in glory, as it is written, the Eternal One shall reign forever. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד. We're on page 522. As we worship before you, O God, we think of those who once shared with us the joys and burdens of life and who are no longer in our midst. The sorrow of bereavement is softened by the bond of love which continues to unite us with our dear ones, and by our cherished memories of them which we will always carry in our hearts. May all that was good in their lives remain with us as an influence for good. O God, grant consolation to those who are in sorrow and light to those in darkness. Teach us at all times to put our trust in you and to praise your name. So, I'm trying to work out. I've got July and September. August. Sorry about that. Okay. So, this week we are remembering Hans Hellman, the brother of June Wertheim, Lily Solomons, mother of Mike Solomons, Stephen Ottner, father of Sarah Ottner. Any other names anybody wants to remember? No. Well, let's turn to page 524 and say the Kaddish, bearing in mind those people and anyone else who we're thinking about. I know an uncle of Sarah Alston's had his funeral yesterday. Yit kadal v'yit kadash shemei rabbah, ba'alma divrach hiratei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayechon v'yomechon, v'chaye d'chol beit Yisrael, pagola v'zman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shemei rabbah mevorach leolam al yalmei almaya. Yit barach v'yishtabach v'yit pa'ah v'yit ramam v'yit naseh. V'yit hada v'yit alei v'yit halal shemei d'kudasha brechu. La'ela min kol birchata v'shirata. Tush b'chata v'nechamata. Tamiram ba'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shalom rabba min shemaya. V'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromov, hu yaseh shalom, aleinu v'al kol Yisrael, v'al kol b'nei Adam, v'imru amen. Please have a seat. Is anybody desperate to announce anything? No. Garden party. Hillary's reminding everybody that there's a garden party in her very own garden. 20th of August, 3 o'clock? Yeah, well, the time will be in the bulletin. Have they got to let you know, ideally?
Well, you're supposed to book in.
Oh, you're supposed to book in. Okay. It's all in the bulletin, yeah. That's the garden party. That's the next thing. And then not that long after that, we're into the High Holy Days. All the information is available. Okay, so let's finish with an Adon Olam. Anybody? Oh.
Not all of the information regarding the High Holy Days is in the bulletin. The bulletin has omitted Selichot.
That's funny, I thought I saw it.
It is there.
Yeah, I thought I saw it there, actually. 9th of September, I think. I think so. Yeah, but good point. The High Holy Days begins with Slichot, which is a service on a Saturday night before Rosh Hashanah, which is kind of like a preview of the High Holy Days themes. It's quite short, it's in the evening, it's very nice. Come along then to get yourselves into the mood. But before that, I think there's a Rounders match the week before, which is another way of preparing your soul. or your body at any rate. Okay, Adon Olam. Anybody got a tune request?
Yes, why don't we do the Spanish Sephardic one?
French?
French. The French one, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Adon Olam Hashem Malach B'terem kol Yetzir Nivra Le'et Nasa V'chefzo kol Hazai Melech Shemo Nikra Hazai Melech Shemo Nikra V'yacharei kechlot hakol Levato yimloch nora V'hu haya V'hu hover V'hu yeye B'tifara V'hu yeye B'tifara V'hu echad V'ein sheni Laham shilo Lahakbira Bali Reshit, Bali Tachlit, Velo Ha'oz, V'ha'misra, Velo Ha'oz, V'ha'misra, V'hu Eli, V'chai Goali, V'tzuch Evli, Beitzara, V'hu Nisi, Umanosli, Manat kosi b'yom ekra, Manat kosi b'yom ekra, B'yado hafkidruchi, B'eitishan v'aira, V'himruchi gavioti, Adonai li v'lo ira, Adonai li v'lo ira. Please stand. Into your hand I place my soul, asleep, awake, for you are near, and with my soul, my body too. You are my God, I shall not fear. Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, anonymous people online whom I failed to identify. And yes, thank you to Nicola for the live streaming, and thank you everybody for being here. Shabbat Shalom.